So in this video, I wanted to take a really quick look at a very special, very rare pen called the Tombow Zoom 858BW. And we've looked at pens like this before on this channel, sometimes called the Tombow Egg because of its shape. It's a very short, very wide pen. It's sold in a fountain pen that's quite hard to find, and then in a rollerball like this, which is a lot more popular of a design, but it's sold in a bunch of different finishes, and those finishes will dictate this model number here. So you see it is the 858BW. There's also like the 828, the 808, whatever. And the different finishes have very, very different levels of rarity. So this model is the, like I said, the 858BW. It has this matte textured finish, sort of like a, almost like a concrete finish. So it's a textured quality to it. And this is, I would say, out of all the Tombow Egg finishes, this is either the rarest or second to rarest. The most popular models are in a black or usually a black gloss, usually with a gold trim. Then you have these matte finishes, which are rarer, and then there's also a white matte with actually with green highlights, which is really hard to find, but it looks a little odd. So this ends up being one of the, if not the most desirable finish for this pretty cool vintage pen. And again, it's found in a fountain pen as well, but that one's a whole nother level harder to find. So snap-on cap, matching finish on the cap and the body with the same plastic grip section used in all the pens. So it's a plastic grip, just hard black plastic, nothing fancy. In fact, the grip itself is a little bit disappointing. This unscrews, and you can see, even though the pen is a vintage pen, it's been around for a while, it uses the same Tombow rollerball refill. So this is a proprietary water-based rollerball refill. The older ones do tend to leak. That's why you see this mess up here. And this is, I don't know if it's the original refill, but this is the vintage refill that I got with the pen. And what you could do is you could just swap it in for a brand new Tombow refill. You could see the older one, the markings are a little bit different. You see the model number is missing. It does say 0.5P, which just means it's the fine, but we see the missing model number. This 8703, that's probably, my guess is maybe it's the date, March 87. I'm not really sure, but on the newer one, we do see the model, the BK-L5P printed on there. And then there's the, you know, this one wasn't made in 2010, so maybe it's not the date. Anyway, this is a brand new or relatively new, couple week old refill, and this will fit right in this older pen. So you don't have any problems finding these refills, even though they are proprietary. Really nice snap action that has aged well. You know, some of the other pens, when they have a clip-on cap, they don't tend to age super well. Sometimes that action, you get a wiggly cap or whatever, it's gonna be pretty disappointing. Cap, the clip here is not sprung. You do see some markings here. That's just kind of what happens with a vintage pen. And when you get into a matte finish, it's really hard to hide any imperfections. That'll happen with a matte finish car as well. You can kind of hide some stuff with gloss. It's basically impossible with matte. You really see everything. This is the original box, in case anyone out there is a hardcore collector and you're curious about it. It's a metal box with a shape inside for the pen, and then it has the matching. This is like, if you're really getting into the weeds with how geeky you're going to be with these vintage pens, it has the matching 858BW model number there. So this wasn't just someone got a vintage or modern Tombow box. They actually had the original, complete with the original sticker there. No instruction manual, but you don't even know if the pen itself came with an instruction manual at the time, which is pretty cool. And this felting is not picking up, which is really nice. Sometimes, a lot of times with rotring boxes, this felting will come off in this sticky mess, and you're better off not even getting the box. This is a new refill, like I said, so the pen will write without any problems. So this is the Tombow Egg. It's not officially called the Egg, but that's what people know it as. And it is the Zoom. So it's like the Tombow design series of pens. 858BW. This is the Rollerball in matte black. So it's that short little pen with that triangular grip. Some people say it was developed for use with people with arthritis and have trouble gripping things. I'm not sure if that's actually true. I have seen pens that are designed for people with gripping problems, and they do make a wider pen. I'm not sure the exact history of this Tombow one. The pen, that company in particular, doesn't have a whole lot of its history posted online that I've been able to find, at least. It does have a cool note here I meant to mention. It says, Zoom material of original zone. I don't even know what that means. It seems almost like a mistranslation, but pretty cool. Anyway, that's just a quick look at a really fun vintage pen called the Tombow Zoom 858BW. It's a really cool historic relic. You could track these down on eBay or Reddit and stuff like that. You just have to really shop around and be really specific about what you're looking for, and just start the hunt, and eventually you'll find something. Thanks for watching.